Hi, it's Sherry. Got my glasses on, a little bit different position to show you a new thing today. I'm going to be showing you some things that work on strengthening our feet, particularly the toes, especially the big toes. So we're going to use some props with these exercises, and I want to show you what I've got here in my lap. This ball weighs 2 pounds. So one of the exercises we're going to do is to stand on our toes, stands on the ball of the feet, and swing a little bit of weight back and forth with one arm to literally make us unstable and challenge our balance. You do not need a special 2-pound ball. If you have any lightweight hand weights, 1 to 2 pounds will do. You could also get a full water bottle or a canned good that you can hold comfortably in your hand. Use that instead of a ball. Then we've got sliders. So I've shown these some commercial sliders before, right? Different sides. These are great for a lot of exercises, but if you do not want to invest in an expensive, any set of sliders to have yet one more thing, you can use a washcloth. And I've got 2 very different things here. This is a pretty standard washcloth. If you're using one of your basic washcloths, you're gonna fold it in half one way. And then what I recommend is folding it into thirds, right? This isn't too thick. It's gonna be easy to put your toes onto. And then I have one more little variation. This washcloth is not really a standard washcloth. This is a cloth meant for cleaning up computer equipment. It's an anti-static cloth. But two of the things it is it's very soft and it compresses to this kind of nice, small little prop that I really like to use, right? And it shows up really well. So I mentioned the feet. 2 of these exercises we're going to do are going to be here for the toes, and they're going to be seated. So I've got the camera already focused down on the feet. You don't need quite so much of me. So I'm going to lean back and really let that foot be the star. So I've got my foot right under my knee. You can see this kind of 90-degree angle. And then I've got that little green cloth just under the toes, right? I want all of the toes, including the pinky toe, to be a little bit on it. I'm going to lightly stretch my toes out, push them down, and I'm going to lift my heel. And I'm only going to hold this for a count of 5 to start. And then I'm going to bring it back down. So we maybe want to work up towards a count of 20, but starting at 5 is a good place to start. You could do 5 of these for 5 seconds. I'm going to just do 3, just so this video is not lots of 5 seconds of me doing exercises. As you're doing this one, the goal is to not clench the toes onto that soft cloth, right? And bring that down. And you just slide it over to the other one. I'm going to step this one back so this foot's a little more visible. Right? There we go. Same thing. I'm going to get all of the toes on it, lightly stretch my toes out, press them down, and now lift the heel. And then bring it down. And then lift the heel. I'm going to do just a couple of these. And down. And then lift the heel. And down. We're going to come back to that slider. I'm going to just set it behind me for the moment. This next one doesn't use any of the props. What I'm going to do is come into that lifted up position with the foot, right? And now I'm going to try and lift my big toe. Just the big toe. So my other toes try and lift. And again, we're starting at just 5 seconds. And then bring that down. Let that foot have a little break. Right? I'm going to get it out of the way. We'll do the other one. It's a little easier to see the big toe on this one. Right? I come up onto the ball of the foot. And then I'm trying to lift just the big toe. And down. Bring it down. Do each foot just a couple of times. Okay. One foot might feel like it gets the hang of it easier than the other one. Once this gets really easy seated, switch these to standing, this one. Last one I'm going to do here. When the foot is all lifted up like this, your big toe is actually not going to move very much at all. So it's part of the reason I want you to try it seated. It's a little easier seated than standing. And then bring it down. Once it gets easy seated, play with that last one standing up. Now, speaking of standing up, I'm gonna do a quick adjustment here. I think that should be high enough. There we go. Got your sliders. So chair, I'm bringing it back and I'm gonna take it all the way up to the top of my mat. There's that long edge of mat. And I'm gonna drop this down. And you can kind of see what I'm doing here. I'm keeping one foot on the mat, one hand on the chair. The other foot, keep a little softness in the knees. I'm gonna roll up onto my toes, and then I'm gonna push those toes back, right? It can be a little bend in the knee, and then I'm gonna pull that forward and down, right? Just like that again. So really focusing on using the big toe to push off. You might start with just 5 of these to each side, working up to the 20, 30, 40 range. And then when you're ready to do the other side, right, here comes that slider. Again, one foot is staying on the mat. The other foot is on the slider on the hardwood floor. So that slide will happen. One hand is on a chair, and I got a little softness in my knees. It's a little harder to see this one. I'm rolling up though, once again, onto the big toe, and then I'm pushing back, right? Pulling that back up. Foot comes all the way down. One more of those. All right, now, if your toes are a little strong, a little flexible, you might be able to just get that and grab it off the floor. Now comes the one that we use this weight for, okay? So grab your canned good, your water bottle that's got water in it, or if you have a hand weight, go ahead and grab that. With this, I recommend that this chair stay to one side. So I've moved it around. Back 2 feet are on the mat with me. I can grab that chair, right, and keep it in one hand. I'm gonna drop this hand down. And what I'm gonna do is hand that is holding the weight is gonna be the leg that steps back, right? There we go. So I step back and I'm on the ball of the foot. I'm gonna lift up onto the ball of the front foot. And now I'm gonna swing this. And then come down. So this might start upwards to 20 to 40 seconds, twice on each side. But to start with, just do 5 to 10 seconds, maybe twice on each side. You can see what I've done. I've turned around, changed the ball to the other hand, drop that down. Let's get a little bit of space here so I don't go off screen. I step back, so I stay on the ball of the foot of the back foot. I come up onto the ball of the foot of the front foot. And then I'm gonna swing that weight. And I've got one hand kind of holding the chair. If it gets wobbly, I grab that chair. Okay, come down, step out of this. All right. We'll do the second side again. I forgot I came all the way down. You start on the ball of the foot and you lift the front foot. All right, let that come down. Switch sides, step back. All right, so there are 4 exercises to strengthen your feet, strengthen those big toes, help with your stability and your balance as you get around in your everyday. I hope you had fun learning these new strengthening poses. Thank you for practicing with me. Peace, peace, peace.